Hey everybody, tonight I'm going to try to image a Wolf-Rayet star with the Celestron NexStar 6SE. I imaged a very cool open cluster a few weeks ago, and that open cluster was M11. On the surface, M11 looks like a typical open cluster with nothing much to see, but as it turns out, M11 is in a highly nebulous region, which makes for a very cool wide-angle shot. Now this one I took with the 300mm Nikkor f lens. This is the used circa 1980s to 90s lens that I picked up last month, which I really love. In the corner of that image, there was a very unusual nebulous structure that to me looked kind of like a jumping dolphin. Now I had a closer look at that, and it just so happened that someone had posted an image they had taken on a forum that I was following of a Wolf-Rayet star called WR134. And wouldn't you know it, it was the image of that same nebulous structure. In my wide-angle view, that structure, that nebulous region surrounding the Wolf-Rayet star, didn't look all that imposing. But doing a scan of what others were able to image with longer focal length telescopes showed this to be a very cool structure indeed. So tonight I'm going to use my Celestron NexStar 6SE running at just under 1000mm focal length with the reducer, and I'm going to try to capture in a close-up that Wolf-Rayet star and that really cool dolphin-like nebula. So in order to image this Wolf-Rayet star, I'm not going to take any chances. I usually do these UPPDMAT sky flats, which is a type of sky flat that I take at night using the same duration exposure that I do my typical imaging, except I use a diffuser in front of my lens so that I capture any deformities or inconsistencies due to light pollution, and I'm able to filter them out in stacking and post-processing. Now tonight I'm going to do that as well, but I'm also going to take traditional darks and flats so that I will be able to use regular, got a bit of an airplane flying. Oh, Jesus, the hell was that? Something hit me. We got airplanes, we got birds, we got all sorts of stuff going on here. So like I was saying, I'm not going to take any chances. I'm going to take traditional flats, traditional darks. I'm going to take the UPPDMAT flats. I'll mix and match, see which works out best with which types of imaging. I'm going to be using both the UV IR cut filter in order to image the stars, and I'm going to use the dual band hydrogen alpha and oxygen 3 filter to capture the nebulosity. When I last imaged the open cluster, I did use the dual band filter, which did come out and show the blue nebulosity around this Wolf-Rayet star. So I'm hoping to be able to capture the same. The thing I'm worried about is that although the moon is waning, it is still about half brightness right now. And since it's the peak of summer, the nights are fairly short. So I want to make sure I get enough time on this target. I may need to shoot tonight and tomorrow night to get enough data to be able to get the detail that I'm looking for. So wish me luck, and I will catch you guys on the flip side. Okay, now that I've done the regular flats, I'm going to wait until nightfall before I do my darks. And the reason I'm doing that is because even if I cover the front of the scope, there might still be some light seeping in from things like the filter tray or in and around the front cover, even if I were to cover that with something else that's even darker, like a black garbage bag or some felt material. So rather than risk that, I'm going to wait until it's dark, and then I'm going to cover everything up, and then I'm going to do my regular darks. All right, I have done my flats, I've done my darks, I've done my UPPDMAT flats, and I got about an hour's worth of data on the stars using the UV IR cut filter. Unfortunately, just as I was finishing that run, clouds had started to roll in. So the forecast had called for clear all night. I'm going to wait a little bit and see if this clears up. And if it does, I'm going to start data capture on the dual band filter. If not, I'm going to hope for tomorrow. Maybe we'll have some better luck with sky conditions then. So the cloud conditions on the first night were not cooperating, but I did get a couple of hours in on the region. And then the second night, the conditions were much improved. So in total, I was able to get 159 frames at 3 minutes apiece on WR134. And I was also able to get about half hour of data on the stars themselves using the Antlia quad band filter. It's a new filter that I just got, and I've been using it as a alternative to the UV IR cut filter in order to capture the more natural colors of the stars for the background. So this is the base image right here using the dual band filter, and this was 159 frames, which is some basic stretching in Cyril. And then here we have the version without stars. So this is using Cyril star removal. And this is just the stars by themselves. So this is the stars with the UV IR cut filter. So you can see that there's a lot of color to the stars. They're shifted red. They look nice. These ones actually turned out okay, but it's not quite the same as the quad stars. These are the quad stars here. If I can bring them in. So by themselves, here we go. So with the quad band filter, the stars are a little bit more natural, so they're not as pronounced red as the quad were. Although in this case, I guess it's depending on what you prefer. I like the more toned down stars that aren't as pushed as hard, but well, everyone's got their preferences. And here I've done a little bit more stretching to bring out some more of the definition, and I've tried some more contrast. So I think the image turned out okay. I should say that as I was finishing up work on this image, I did some research on Wolf-Rayet stars, and it turns out that Astro Backyard did a whole video on this particular star. And well, his image was phenomenal, and please go have a look if you want to see what this star could really look like in this region. So that said, this is an example of what you might be able to get with a typical telescope. This is of course imaged with the Celestron NexStar 6SE with a reducer and some filters. So if you're looking for an example of what you might be able to get with a basic scope like this from your own backyard, Bortle 8, then here you go. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, then consider giving it a thumbs up. It would help others find it as well. And until next time, thanks for watching. Clear skies.